Hi guys, Darko here. Let's dive into my market outlook for Bitcoin for the upcoming week. And let's quickly discuss what happened last week. So first of all, if we zoom out to the higher time frame, we can still see that we are in this range. We have been trading in since we broke down from our former range, which happened here. And since then, we have basically been trading within this range. Something to note is that we still have this former all-time high / demand, which is a big level to keep an eye on. So that's one of the biggest levels I'm keeping an eye on the high time frame, although I don't think we necessarily need to take it. If we now look more zoomed in on our current range, we can clearly see that we have our range low, we swept our range low, and since then we have been in this range. We have a pretty clean range, as we can see when we pull our volume profile, where we can see that our range is mostly concentrated here, and in a healthy range you want to have a more well-defined volume profile. So I will not be surprised if we see some choppy price action within these levels, give the volume profile a healthier look, and then go to the highs or back to the lows. If we look at the price action of last week, then we can see that price moved up. Here we had our 4-hour uptrend where we were going higher, and then our first trouble area, which was this level, was above our mid-range, and it was also the value area high at that point, which we can see here. At this point, we could see that spot was selling off really heavily, which was the video I made last week, where I said that's a big warning sign. So definitely check out that video to see why that's a warning sign and how it could help to identify that it was an area to be cautious. Then what price did was that we formed like a local range, but price failed to break 1-hour structure. We came close here, but we actually SFP'd the high, and then we strongly sold off, pretty strong sell-off. And right now price is, we took this low early in the week on Monday, and now we are seeing some relief. However, my bigger picture, which is the most important, is that we will probably keep ranging here for a while. As I said, we have a real clean range with our range low here, our range high there, and currently price is around the mid-range, which is around here. What can you expect around the mid-range? You can expect choppy price action. So even though this looks like a pretty big move if you are really zoomed in, if we just zoom out to the 4-hour, we can see that it's not too crazy of price action. What I'm expecting from here is that price probably makes a move into these freshly created supply zones, which we did last week. This is the big level that bears want to reject price from. So, and at this point, our structure is bearish. So this is a big level to keep an eye on to see if we form a local distribution. And then I think that we can show, if we show local weakness here and break structure, that it can give a short back to these levels. Why do I think that? It's because we have quite a lot of liquidity resting lower. If we zoom in a bit more, let's go to the 2-hour. Then we can see that this weekend we created this low that we took out, and then we started to push up. However, we failed to take out this low right under current price. Let's give that the liquidity. Then we also have this low still and the range low level. So if I should make a guess, what's most likely is that I think we should be able to make a move into this supply, and there we have to see if price is strong enough. If we manage to break back above 88k, then I think we will go to the range highs. However, as things stand now, bears have the stronger hand. High time frames are still downtrending. So my most logical scenario is that we find resistance here and then look for scalp short positions to watch for these liquidity levels lower to be taken. And this is where I'm heavily interested in longs again. Why? Because we have our range low here. Here we swept it. If we test it here, then we can make a move with our 3 taps back to the range highs. I think many people will become very bearish if this plays out. Although I really like this scenario because we have a lot of liquidity resting lower. If we take that, we have the fuel to move back to the range highs, in my opinion. Another scenario is that we do not make our way to that lower liquidity, but that we, for example, make our move into supply, come back down, form a local higher low compared to this low, and that we then make our move to the highs. I'm not about predicting. It doesn't make sense to predict what will happen, where it will go, because nobody knows. We can only play what the market tells us to do. So as of now, I'm expecting a move into this supply. There we have to see if we see weakness. If we see weakness, it can give a scalp short to act as a hedge for longs from lower down here. This is where I will be highly interested in longs in the 80k area. because we have a lot of liquidity resting there. What could also happen is if we nuke lower, that instead of the range low holding, that we make a new low. In that case, we could be looking at kind of this extended 3 drives down, which will tap then into that major demand zone we have resting lower. Let's clear the chart a bit up like this. Then it could be that we continue our downtrend and then form a bottom right there, and then kind of have an extended manipulative move before we go to the highs. That are the 3 scenarios I'm mainly watching. For now, I'm more leaning towards the rejection in the supply and then a long from lower 80Ks, but we will have to see what happens. In the Discord, I will always keep people up to date with my views, so definitely check that out. You can use a free trial to see what it's all about. Furthermore, it's today 1st of April, so we have the quarterly and the monthly transition, and tomorrow it's April the 2nd, which is the tariffs day. So Trump, his tariffs will be going live. People don't know what to expect, so it can have a great influence on the market. So I wanted to make this quick video update to share my low time frame expectations, but there's a lot of uncertainty, so probably this first week of April will be a bit chaotic, and based on that we can make plans for the rest of April. For now, we are potentially showing distribution here, although I'm seeing that this local trend is still up, so I'm not really bearish. I think we can make our move up here, and that it's logical to at least test this supply above. That's my current view for Bitcoin. I'm not going into other coins right now because I think Bitcoin is the main asset to watch, and other assets will just follow Bitcoin, just in a way as Bitcoin is right now just following the S&P 500 and the Nasdaq. So yeah, that's my view for now. If you have any questions, let me know. If you have any good charts you want me to check out, also leave them behind in the comments. And then I'm wishing you a great rest of the day, and I see you guys in the next video. Cheers.